If your home feels slightly off, a bit flat, or a bit colder than you expected, it's usually not your sofa, it's not your styling, it's quite often the paint. I see this constantly in my room reviews. Beautiful furniture, lovely layouts, but the colour decisions are quietly undermining everything. So today I'm sharing the biggest paint and colour mistakes that instantly cheapen a home and what to do instead. Some are obvious, some are subtle, and some you genuinely wouldn't know unless you work with colour every day. So let's start with one of the most common mistakes. The problem is simple. You pick a colour in the shop that looks perfect and it looks completely different at home. That's because light direction changes everything. North-facing rooms cool colours down and pull warmth out. South-facing rooms amplify warmth and can make cool tones look blue. The solution is always testing. Use large samples, look at them in the morning, afternoon and evening. Don't test behind furniture, test where natural light actually hits the wall. That's where the undertone reveals itself. You might think your flooring is neutral. It isn't. It has a hidden undertone. Yellow, pink, red, grey. When wall paint clashes with that undertone, the room feels slightly uncomfortable without you knowing why. Identify your floor's undertone first, then choose paint that relates to it. Or hold a sheet of plain white paper next to your floor. It exaggerates the undertone so you can see it more clearly. Individually, sage, terracotta, navy and black are beautiful. Together, they can feel chaotic. The solution is to choose one dominant tone, one supporting tone and one accent. Repeat those accent colours subtly in artwork or textiles to create rhythm, and your eyes will thank you for it. You paint a gorgeous deep green, then there's a bright white radiator breaking the flow. It cheapens the whole look every time. Paint the radiator the same colour as the wall using proper radiator paint. And if you're replacing it, try choose vertical or slimline radiators that feel architectural rather than functional. Gloss reflects light unevenly and highlights imperfections. It can make walls feel shiny instead of soft. Instead, use matte or soft eggshell in living spaces. Keep sheen consistent within one room, because mixing finishes randomly creates that visual patchiness we want to avoid. This is such a common one. Warm, beautiful walls, and then a stark, bright white ceiling. It creates harsh contrast and visually chops the room. Paint ceilings 1 or 2 shades lighter than your walls for softness. Or, if you want something dramatic, colour, drench and paint the ceiling the same colour as the walls. And if your room has low ceilings, painting the ceiling the same tone can actually make it feel taller by removing contrast. And speaking of colour drenching, people worry that painting walls, skirting doors and the ceiling one tone will be overwhelming. In reality, it's actually one of the most sophisticated techniques you can use. It removes visual noise, it feels intentional and it creates calm. Choose a mid-tone and use it across all architectural elements for cohesion. If you're nervous, start with walls and skirting the same colour but keep the ceiling slightly lighter. This one feels small, but it really matters. Paint lines around socket plates instantly look DIY, or bright white plastic on a dark wall interrupts everything. Remove plates before painting and reinstall afterwards. And on dark walls, swap white plates for brushed brass, matte black, or colour matched versions for a seamless finish. One navy wall and 3 beige walls often feels dated now. It looks like the confidence wasn't there to commit. Either paint the whole room or layer tonal variations. If you love contrast, try painting the trim slightly darker instead of isolating one wall. When the wall colour and sofa are identical, everything flattens. It lacks depth. So go 1 or 2 shades lighter or deeper than your upholstery. Or add contrast through artwork and cushions to prevent tonal monotony. Bright white doors against creamy walls create disconnect. It feels builder grade. Paint doors the same colour as walls for elegance, or slightly darker to frame them. You can also use the same sheen level as the trim for a cohesive look. Paint sets emotional tone. Calm, warmth, energy, or drama. Decide the feeling first, then choose colour. Bedrooms benefit from softer mid-tones, whereas living rooms benefit from warmth and balance. And this is something I teach properly in my interior design business course, how to understand colour, mood and cohesion professionally. Because once you understand it, you can change lives by transforming spaces without replacing everything. If every room is a different colour, it can feel disjointed. Luxury homes flow. So the solution is choose 2 or 3 cohesive tones across a floor plan. Use your hallway as the anchor tone that connects adjoining spaces. Cool grey walls with warm yellow bulbs often turn muddy. The paint looks wrong, but it's the lighting. Match undertones with bulb temperature. Keep bulb warmth consistent in open plan spaces to avoid colour shift between zones. Dark rooms can be stunning, but without balance, they feel heavy. You can add mirrors, metallic accents, or lighter textiles to lighten. Keep the ceiling slightly lighter if walls are very dark to prevent visual compression. White feels safe, but white is one of the hardest colours to get right. Some whites are blue-based and feel cold. Some are creamy and feel warm. Some have a pink cast that turns muddy in certain light. If your white clashes with your flooring, the entire house feels off. So choose a white that connects to your flooring and light temperature. And try to sample at least 3 white shades side by side. You'll immediately see how different they are. You choose a beautiful beige, but it feels flat because expensive rooms layer texture. So add linen, wood, woven materials, stone, vary texture even within the same colour family. Smooth, rough, matte and soft. Leaving alcoves white while painting walls can look unfinished. Paint built-ins or alcoves the same colour as walls for cohesion, or go slightly darker inside for subtle depth. Without testing large-scale dark paint looks very different in small samples. Test large boards, minimum A2 size. View them both in daylight and under evening lighting before deciding. White skirting is not a rule. In warm-toned rooms, stark white can look harsh. Paint skirting the same colour as walls for height and softness, or slightly darker to ground the space. And if you have ornate moulding, painting it the wall colour highlights the detail subtly without contrast. If your home feels slightly off, it's rarely that you need more things. It's usually that your colour foundation isn't aligned. When paint works, everything else starts to work.